Welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully this stream's working better. I couldn't get my streaming software to work. Okay, good, it's working. Had to verify with my daughter. I think it's okay. The lighting's okay. I'm good. Thanks, sweetheart. Alrighty. So, welcome in to the Metatron Mystic. We're going to do a live Earth, Air, Fire, and Water collective energy reading. So, my drink over there. Hopefully everybody's able to find this live. I know I was having issues with the other one, so I'm going to give it just a minute. See if some of my others come back on. I know they were trying to reach me on the other live, but nobody could hear me on the other live, so I don't know what was going on with it. Yeah, it was saying it crashed. That's probably why. So sorry about that. I'm going to give it just a second, though. But yeah, we're going to start out with Earth signs tonight. But before we get into that, the channeled message, the channeled songs is Love Myself by Andy Grammer. That song I keep hearing. I've been hearing a lot of Andy Grammer songs probably for the past week. And if you guys haven't heard of him, check him out. But definitely the Love Myself song. I feel like that applies right now. So when you guys get a chance, definitely check that out. I shuffled these cards before I went live and was meditating on collective energy, earth, air, fire, water. And I've already shuffled them. These are just going to be the oracle. We'll start with earth signs. The one on the bottom was transformation, which is Scorpio energy. I think we're still in Scorpio energy. I mean, I know we're still, as far as the season, I think we're switching over, but I know the next moon is a Scorpio moon. So this card is a 28, which equals a 10. It says, I love this card, it's so beautiful. Commit to acting on new ideas and longings. Take a leap of faith, begin again. You know, this is the new energy that we've been talking about in the past couple lives. But, you can't miss that butterfly on her face. Butterflies, to me, are the best symbol of transformation out there, in my own opinion. I love butterflies. But, with that brown on the butterfly, it kind of almost looks like leopard, or on the butterfly, you have those little designs there, and it reminds me kind of leopard print or cheetah, something like that, but that gives me earth energy. But Scorpio as well, because of the transformation. Butterflies, they go through a very not so pretty process. When they go into that cocoon, they kind of turn into this goo, Well, they transform, they go through the crystal stages. And I feel like this is representative of earth sign energy, because that's currently what we're reading for. Earth signs are going, I feel honestly this is a collective, for all earth, air, fire, and water, because we have all of those in our chart somewhere. But earth signs, for earth signs particularly, earth signs are being asked to commit to acting on new ideas and longings, take a leap of faith, and begin again. So I feel like with that, a lot of you guys have, gone through a recent transformation, another shift of energy, where these epiphany moments, these new ideas that, that have been coming into your mind, really wanting to jump, take, like it says, take that leap of faith and begin again. Don't be afraid to fail, because in my opinion, there is no such thing as failure. We try new things and we learn from those things that we do. There's not, the way I look at it is there is not failure. It's, you try to do something, and if it isn't for your highest good, then you'll be redirected. That's kind of the way I see things. Yeah. The card that came out is a 5, which 5s are all about change, and we've already discussed change here, with new ideas, longings, leap of faith. That's a 1. Leap of faith is new beginnings. And that gives me a little bit of Aries energy as well, because Aries is all about, the new beginnings. They're number 1, in the houses. Free yourself from limiting beliefs and attitudes. Be an advocate of freedom so others can be free to pursue their dreams. Unshackle the chains that bind you from being the person you want to be. See, in this card, there's more butterflies. There's 3 butterflies. So to me, that I immediately get 3 of Pentacles off of that with the 3 butterflies. Collaboration energy. And this is talking about limiting beliefs and attitudes. So I was talking about this on another live where certain things may be coming up, to test you. Are we going to go back to the old version? And no matter what, we're always going to be tested. Different experiences, different people. Are you going to respond the same, or are we, I should say, because this is collective energy. These belief systems and attitudes that we have worked through, we've reprogrammed, but they will still come up from time to time, because a lot of us had those certain belief systems for quite a while. So the programming was more extensive. It's the best way I can put that. But with this as well, I get very childlike energy. Just this girl up here. She looks very young, and that pony there, stallion, whatever. I think stallions, I don't know. But, to me, they represent freedom and being in the energy, childlike energy. So earth signs are taking new steps, and you guys are releasing some sort of belief system, attitude. Whew. Got hot there for a minute. On the bottom is a 52 connection, and it's a spider web. there's like, I'll show you the card here in a minute. It says we are all connected by a universal sea of energy. All that you think and do will have an effect on the world. Reach out and connect with the world around you through love. And I've been feeling a lot of this energy, this very nurturing, compassionate, loving energy. And you've got the spider web there around the world, and then you see all the hands together. Because we are all connected. We are energetic beings. Everything around us is energy. Plants, animals, everything. Tables, whatever. It's all energy. It's all, it's all connected. And it's possible, Earth signs, some of you may be seeing any of these numbers: 2s, 8s, 5s, 7s, 1s. Or 4s, because all those together equals a 4. 4 is about, stability, foundations. The most important line that's standing out in this card, all of this is very important in my opinion, but all that you think and do will have an effect on the world, because it's about the inner world and what we do, how we think, and what we do within here has an effect on what we see outside of us. But the main focus is love. Love of self. When you love yourself, you have a full cup, but then you can then reciprocate that energy to another person. And I feel like that may be part of what this transformation is as well. This has been for the collective. The way I feel with this energy is a lot of people are going through a heart chakra awakening, having more moments of, emotion flowing. You hear a song and you get emotional, you start crying, or you watch a movie and all of a sudden you're crying. I've had that. What movie was it I was watching? Oh my gosh, it was Frozen. I think it was Frozen. I was watching it with my youngest daughter. And the part when, no, I think I was watching it with my middle daughter. Yeah, it was. And it was when Olaf, that's my youngest daughter calls him Olaf. I call him Olaf. When he died, I've seen this movie, mind you, well over 200 times, just because my kids love Disney movies growing up, and I've had 6 kids, so I've watched a lot of Disney, a lot of kids movies. And when in Frozen, when Olaf, I can't even say his name right because of my daughter, she always calls him Olaf. When he died, I cried. But that's kind of the energy that's been going on this past, to me, ever since we had the eclipses. Because whatever that was, that blockage that we had, that wall that we had over our heart, was officially melted away. If we want to relate to the movie, Frozen. It's no longer frozen. And I'm sure some of you are are feeling this, if you haven't already started experiencing this with your emotions, you may be kind of on a little bit of a roller coaster to where you just cry out of nowhere, And it's not a bad cry. It's a joyful thing. It's seeing, like I said, with me, just these little movies and stuff, or love stories, or having moments of joy where you just start laughing about something out of nowhere, and or just being grateful for everything that you have, everything that you are, and how far that you have come thus far. But I feel like this, all of these readings that I do, Earth, Air, and Fire, Water, I feel like they're all going to intertwine because we do have all of those energies within our chart. But this is the energy for Earth. Transformation, feeling that freedom within yourself, having that broader understanding that we are all connected, and that heart chakra awakening, and then having that love, that feeling of love, that you are loved, you love yourself. And I feel like that's why, if you didn't hear in the beginning of the video, I talked about the song, is Love Myself by Andy Grammer. If you have not heard it, please check it out. The video is very cute. I liked the video. You might want to check it out. It's he's talking to himself, and it shows him on one side, and he's sitting there, and he's looking at the other version of himself, and they're talking about how do they love themselves. How can they make it work? It's a very well thought out video. So I really feel like that would benefit the collective this time, because I feel like that message, that song is for the collective right now. So Earth signs, that is what I have for you. Please check out that song though. I really feel like it'll help you. And another one that I will just throw out there is, and this one's become my favorite recently. It's called Diamond in the Sun by Andy Grammer. And that song, well, if you ever get in a little bit of a lull in your energy, a little bit of dip, turn that song on. I'm telling you, you cannot be down if you listen to that song. It will raise your spirit. I'm telling you. So check it out. All right, I'm going to switch this card here. I'm going to switch over to air signs. Let's see what messages we have for air signs. Air sign, collective energy. The song that is playing right now is Dive by Ed Sheeran. I've been hearing the song a lot lately too. But Andy Grammer has been playing like crazy. Once I come across him, I just cannot seem to get enough. I love listening to his music. It just brings me so much joy. And it's that feel-good music. That music, there's just, you can't stay in a bad mood if you listen to it. It's just like, even if you're not really in a bad mood and you're just feeling like a little bit of a funk, you're like, it's a little off today, Turn that on. I'm telling you, you'll feel so much better. Air signs. What do we got for air signs? Messages, guidance. I'm using the Dream Oracle, but But I don't use the dream side of it. I just use the oracle side because I'm not doing dream interpretation right now. But I love this deck. It is an amazing deck. It has really good messages. If you guys want to check it out, be sure to do that. All right, air signs on the bottom. We have nature, Gaia. So 31 equals a 4. Respect the beauty of your body as you respect Mother Earth. Remain connected to nature. You are being protected. Fours, like I said in the Earth reading, fours are about stability. They're about foundations within self. But then, those are created outside of self. If, whatever's in here is projected outside. Remain connected to nature. Some of you may be doing, getting ready to start doing things, or if you may have already started this, doing things that are good for your body, exercise, yoga, things out in nature. It can even be gardening, honestly. Just anything that brings stability to self. And, it can also be taking care of Mother Earth. You might be volunteering to do, anything involving that. Some of the air signs may be advocating for, I'm getting like water, like how you see those where they help people get like clean, fresh water. That's what I'm getting from that. But it can also be any of those other things that I talked about, because that's just the bottom. The underneath, I'm going to shuffle and see what other messages we have for air. Okay. Another 4. This one's 40. Nurture. Take care of your needs first. Your nurturing will benefit others only if your own needs are met first. Nurture the new in your life and watch it grow. And this is more nature energy that, 4, fours are about stability, your foundations. You see that tree there, big, strong, sturdy branches. But all of these so far, these are about self, taking care of your needs first. Knowing, that you hear a lot of people say this saying where you have to put the mask on yourself first. Like if they usually reference an airplane. But it's also about, if you are not giving love to yourself, then we can't expect to receive that from another person, because we are in here, if we're not loving of self, then we'll project that energy and the other person will show us the exact same thing. So we have to be mindful of, how we're treating ourselves, how we're nurturing ourselves. And whatever new projects the air signs are working on at this time, it's also saying to, make sure you're nurturing that as well. And I feel like nature has a big play in this, because you guys have 2 nature cards. I mean, this one says nurture, but they're both 4s, and then, with this and this tree, I'm getting a lot of nature, a lot of earth energy with these cards, and this is for air signs. So I feel like, there may be some things going on with air signs to where you need to make sure that you're staying grounded because it says remain connected to nature. So I feel like that is very important at this time to stay grounded. Go outside barefoot, put your feet in the dirt, put your hands in the dirt. If you're repotting plants, anything like that, that will benefit you at this time. Let's see what's on the bottom here. Bottom of that, the deck is a 51, number 6, that's healing. Heal past wounds with forgiveness and awareness. By healing yourself, you can become a healing force to others. Physical healing can happen once your wounds have been confronted. Excuse me 1 second, I'm going to get a drink. Some of you may be studying some sort of martial arts as well. So, air signs, I feel like the reason why that you're being asked to nurture yourself and make it a priority to stay grounded is that you have recently gone through a major healing cycle. I feel like a lot of us have. That's why I said I feel like everybody is going to resonate with each one of these because we all have all signs in our chart somewhere. But with this talking about past wounds with forgiveness and awareness, by healing yourself, you will become a healing force to others. Physical healing can happen once your wounds have been confronted. So if any of you are dealing with anything, physical ailments, once you have healed this, or if you've already experienced this healing of these wounds that you have, forgiveness of self and awareness of, ways that you haven't forgiven yourself, then whatever physical ailments you are dealing with at this time will go away. Like if you, for example, let's say you have anxiety, and next thing you know, you're starting to notice, hey Cody, good to see you back. I'm glad you found your way back to me. I can't, for some reason, my streaming software is being silly, so I tried to get it to work last time too, and it wasn't. So sorry about that. I'm glad you found me again. So I'm currently reading for air. I already read for earth. So if you want, you can rewind and check that out. Yeah, I'm on air signs right now. But air signs, I feel like the main focus, like I said, is to make sure you are staying grounded because some of these things may be coming up at this time about ways that you may not have forgiven yourself, or with the awareness piece, I'm getting more of like certain things that happened, and there may be things you're being hard on yourself about, like saying, oh, well, why didn't I see this, or why didn't I do that? That's what I get with awareness. And there, I feel like whatever this was, these past wounds about forgiveness, having a hard time maybe forgiving yourself. And I just feel like grounding is important, and don't be hard on yourself. And then, like it says, it references, if you have any physical ailments, once you've healed yourself of this forgiveness and awareness piece. And this is number 6. I kind of get 6 of Cups vibes off of that. Like past relationships. This can be past life relationships, but it can just be past relationships. That this may be something the air signs have been having a hard time with, and I feel like they're at the point now to where they're releasing that, and that's where this nurture and nature comes in. Just please be sure that you're taking care of yourself first, your own needs first. You know, nurture the new seeds in your life and release this past stuff in order, because we're in the Scorpio new moon, and this is all about making, what do we want to manifest? We're planting new seeds. Earlier from today. Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of how it's been. It's been kind of. I was talking about this a little earlier about this channeled songs, but the channeled song is "Love Myself" by Andy Grammer. I feel like it's very important to the collective right now. Listen to it. It's a very cool song. It is guaranteed the collective will resonate with it right now. At least I know I did. And I've been listening to Andy Grammer for a while, and in the past 2 weeks, just out of nowhere, I just started hearing these songs. I'm like, I love this dude. This dude is awesome. And then the other song that I mentioned at the beginning was Diamond in the Sun. If you ever feel a dip in energy and you start feeling down, listen to that song, Diamond in the Sun by Andy Grammer. I believe it was on Curious George movie. When you look it up, it'll show like a picture of Curious George. But I kid you not, there is no way you can feel down listening to that song. That song will make you want to get up and dance. So check that one out, Cody. It will definitely help you if you get these little dips. Because I was talking about that earlier too, before anyone came on, about having these emotional kind of roller coasters. And I started crying on Frozen when Olaf died, but because this is stuff that a lot of us held in, because we removed the emotion, we had the heart blocked, so we're protecting ourselves during our healing process. Now that our heart chakra is opening up, this flood of emotions is coming in and out. So we have little spurts, release, and then, ground, and then a little bit later you'll have, it's a roller coaster. So be ready. It'll be okay though, I promise. Just flow with it. Just flow with it. But that is the message that I have for air. Like I said, I feel like once you have released this piece, whatever these wounds were, where you were basically wounding yourself, and being hard on yourself, not necessarily either forgiving self, or it can be someone else, but most of us know that the healing happens in here before it shows out here. But once that is gone, I feel like a lot of you, if any of you guys have any types of ailments, like I said, I feel like those are going to start going away, and you're just going to be like, you're going to be floored. Trust me, I've had some of my own that have just kind of went away, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. Going to be happy, but your person is going to be sad. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, tonight I'm doing collective earth, air, fire, and water. Tomorrow, possibly, it just depends on which. It's either be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I'll come on and I'll do individual readings for everybody. But tonight I just felt to do a collective earth, air, fire, and water. So I'm sure one of these, if not all of these, will resonate with you in some way, Cody, because this is collective. This is, we all have earth, air, fire, and water in our chart. So each one of these I have a resonance with so far, and I've only done earth and air. Also, let's see, air signs. It's possible that you're seeing fours, fives, sixes, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, or ones. I know the numbers have been off the charts as far as seeing synchronistic numbers. I see them everywhere. Everywhere I go. Tags, backs, the it can be a bumper sticker on a car and there's numbers on it, and I'm like, wow. Everywhere I go, any car I get behind, it doesn't matter. Gas station numbers, anywhere there's numbers on my receipts. You'd be surprised at how many you'll start seeing. Once you start seeing 1111 or 111, yeah, then you'll start seeing other numbers. If you don't already, which you probably already do. Because Scorpio energy was very intense and very intentional as well. Because there's a lot of changes. This year has been a big year for the collective. Yeah. That's great, Cody. I'm glad. I'm glad you were able to get the answer that you needed from the reader that you went to. That's awesome. And we'll find the readers that we need at the time that we need them, the messages that we need when we need them. Yeah. Yeah, the Scorpio new moon. Yep. Yep. It's time to plant those new seeds. All right. Let's see. Fire. What do we have for fire signs? Every time. Fire signs. And I'm getting Beavis and Butthead again. It was last year, I think I did reading for fire signs. It was fire, and I was getting Beavis and Butthead. I think it was one of my titles on my videos. I think in one of their TV shows, and I'm kind of showing my age there with Beavis and Butthead, but they say they're like fire, 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 or something like that. I don't know. They say something like that. I mean, Beavis and Butthead are goofy anyways, but and then Leos, when I do individual reads, Leos were Thundercats. But yeah, Beavis and Butthead, yeah. And I think it was a year ago, so you can check back on my videos that I have posted, and you'll find one, and it'll have Beavis and Butthead in the title, because it just came out of nowhere. So, but that may be a reading that needs to be checked out for fire signs. So I think it was like a year ago, but I have them in a collection of videos, so you should be able to go to the fire signs and find that video, fire sign collective video. So yeah, that was pretty funny. Let's see, fire. What do we got? We got intuition. 34. It's a 7. Look at areas in your life that need decisive action. Search your heart for the right answers. Listen to messages that come from your intuition and follow through. Okay. So what is that? See, earlier I was talking about cheetahs and leopards. That was Earth signs reading. And this one has, I think these are cheetahs? 2 cheetahs? Is that cheetahs or leopards? Cheetah, I think. Well, he looks like they're gonna attack something or attacking something. So I feel like fire signs are busy right now with this card. If you have a lot of fire in your chart, like changing everyday patterns of behavior, like extremely busy. Like there's a bunch of stuff it just seems like fire signs are kind of being hit as far as like, oh crap, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. And the main thing is to be discerning at this time. Make sure you're working from a heart space. Because there has to be the balance between the two. From your intuition to your heart. And then make sure that we follow through. I have a lot of fire in my chart, and I know that was one thing that I was stuck in that pattern for quite a while with the, getting all excited and getting things like doing this and this and this and getting everything all together, like putting a whole puzzle together. And then I have one piece left, and I'm like, by that time, I'm like, okay, what's next? Let me do something different. That's kind of fire sign. Fire sign energy is everywhere. We're like, okay, I've learned this and I've almost got this done, but I want to do this now. So that's fire. So fire signs are being asked to look at things that need decisive action, things that within self that maybe you haven't paid attention to or wanted to pay attention to, wanted to look at. And with this, I'm feeling like, some of the fire signs may feel like, they've been attacked in some way, shape, or form. Or it can be the other way around. Fire signs may have been very defensive. Because that's also a pattern of behavior or a belief system to protect self. Feeling the need to protect self. So then the defensiveness comes out. That was another pattern of my own, personally. And like I said, each one of these will probably resonate with everyone collectively just because we have all signs. But not everybody has the same chart. So you could have more fire, more earth, or more air, or more water. Usually from what I've understood on birth charts, because I studied mine and my kids, and I had, when I was born, I had a lot of fire and air. And then I looked at a different chart because I talked to an astrologist the other day, and she told me to look at this one thing on my chart, and now I have more earth and water, which to me, earth and water energy is more feminine energy, and I've heard other astrologers and readers talk about it as well. And fire and air is more masculine energy. So the majority of my life, the first half of my life, I was in a lot of masculine energy to protect myself. Because of old belief systems and all a bunch of old junk. And now that I'm opening heart chakra, stepping more into my feminine energy, then it's balance. Because we had the Libra energy before we hit Scorpio season, so that was our balancing. Now we're in Scorpio energy, so we're transforming. So we need to keep the balance, stay grounded, keep everything in a nice flow. Right? That's what Scorpio is. Getting out the old stuff, doing the deep dives that need to be done. But fire, I feel like, I like to describe just certain things from my own personal experience. This is how I feel like I connect best with the collective and, with the messages that need to come out. There's something here, fire signs. Let me get a card. Guidance for fire, please. Fire energy right now. Some of you may have some intuitive hits come in during this time, like downloads, epiphanies. I'm thinking more of like epiphany moments, especially with the those cheetahs on there. And be mindful, because there may be something that comes in that might um, get things a little intensified. Is what I'm getting with those cheetahs. But it's all about remaining in uh, your highest energy that that you can. Very loving energy, grounded energy. I mean, because with her, with this card, I'm getting this. See how she looks very elegant and put together, and this there doesn't have to be female. This can be males as well. Very put together. Um, she looks very confident and sure of herself. So whatever this is, whether it's something that comes in intuitively, that maybe something that you didn't remember, didn't realize, might bring some intensity out within you. So make sure you're staying grounded. You guys got 47, which is an 11 awakening. Your consciousness is awakening. You are becoming attuned to the messages of the spirit and nature. Trust your psychic abilities. So, like I was saying, downloads, epiphany moments, awakening. A lot of you, for earth signs, I was talking about the chrysalis with the butterfly. A lot of you guys are going through an awakening right now. Well, there's a lot of people who are waking up right now. It just seems like it just gets faster and faster and faster. But so a lot of fire signs, and I feel like that's why this message, with this underneath here, with this intuition, talks about decisive action and search your heart for the right answers. And it talks about intuition and follow through. And then you've got awakening here, and it says trust your psychic abilities. So fire signs, a lot of you are awakening to your abilities. Some of you are psychics, some of you are readers, clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, any of the clairs, channelers, any of the spiritual, abilities. It does talk about psychic abilities, but it can be anything, honestly. Some people are amazing artists, some people are amazing musicians. It's whatever it is that brings you joy and to your life and helps others by you pouring out your love and joy to something, and it brings joy to others. Um, that's part of your gifts that you've been given. Let's see what's on the bottom of this here. Surrender. That's a 10. But it's first it's a 46, but it equals a 10, which is a 1, which is starting over at new, which is the number 1. Let go of the internal and external struggles in your life. Give up the fight to control others and situations. Relinquish your need to be right and surrender to a higher power. I will speak from personal experience. Those of you who are fire signs or who have a lot of fire in your chart, this has been, it's been a test to be in that temperance energy, isn't it? To release this, to surrender the control. I myself, that was, and it still tests me, and it'll test us all. Because we get so used to being in the pattern of keeping control of everything. Oh, well, I got to do this, and I got to do that, and I got to do this, and then, then the patterns of belief kick in from our parents and all that stuff. And, oh, well, they said I have to do this, and it's just all the craziness, from, and it depends on as well how long have any of you guys been in these certain patterns. But I feel like fire signs with this awakening, I know surrender is one of those that is, it's like, for a fire sign to hear divine timing when you first start on your healing journey, it's very frustrating. And I'm just speaking from experience. Used to, when I started on my journey, that was the last thing I wanted to hear was divine timing. But it does teach you patience. And it also teaches you to flow and release control. And that takes time. And that's okay. Everybody has their own healing path. Everybody has their own healing journey. And everyone is on different timelines regarding this. So not everyone is at the same place at the same time. And then to make it all crazy, we're all connected. We're connected, but we're all in different places. Some of us are on the same timeline now. That's how we resonate with readers. If you find certain readers that you resonate with, that's because you're on a similar timeline as them. So you've been through similar experiences, you've had similar things happen in life, and so we're drawn to those people because they're where we are. So you feel that sense, that resonance, that magnetic energy. You feel drawn to that person. Yeah. I feel like you can be your authentic self. Yeah. Yeah, and that's, I've been there too, especially because a lot of us for a while we felt like there was nobody that even understood. I mean, I felt like nobody understood what I was saying. Like I'm like, am I speaking Greek? Am I speaking a different language because I feel like nobody freaking understands me. So if you resonate with that, that's fire energy right there. And it's also collective, because I know a lot of us went through that because a lot of us completely separated ourselves from damn near everything. I mean, I know myself personally, it was just me and my kids for like the last 2.5 years, because there was some stuff I had to do, some stuff I had to face. And during those times, the only connection I had besides that with my children was online. I looked to different areas, and so I could figure things out. Yeah. It's okay, Cody. You're not. You're not. Um, and that's why we go here, because we meet other people who are like us, going through similar things, have gone through similar things. We have a sense of resonance with each other. And so we feel we can be open. And right now, this energy of Scorpio, and then going into, I think, Sag. I think Sag is next. I don't know. It just completely blew out of my mind. But the Scorpio moon, all of this energy is about heart chakra and surrender and allowing things to flow. Right now, it's about the new seeds. What do we want? You know we don't want what was back in the back, the past stuff. We don't want that. We want new stuff. So what do we want to manifest? What do we want to create? What seeds do we want to plant? What actions do we want to take? You know? And we're more confident in that now, you know? Yeah. Well, and right now, you may be dealing with a separation type energy to where you have to um, give your person that time because they're probably going through their own healing process. But give me a second. I'll be right back, Cody. I gotta run to the restroom real quick. One sec. Sorry about that, fire signs. Sorry about that. I am back. I had to take a quick break. So it's been an hour. So the main things, fire, is I know you guys are. I feel like with this is another level of awakening. You've already gone through a lot of the stages. But with this, it's another shift. So I feel like with this moon that we're having right now, the Scorpio new moon, you're starting to discover some of your abilities. Some of you are psychic. Some of you are just discovering your gifts, your specialties. Some of them may have to do with nature. Some of you may be channelers as well, but I mean, there's like a whole array of things. Some of you may be good with plants. I mean, it can be anything, honestly. But the main one is the surrender. And this one, I'm telling you guys, this one, right? See that word? This one right here, right here, right here. All right. I know. Okay, but it's all right. It's part of it. You know. Once you can get into a flow state, you'll understand that, and we all already know this. The only one that we can control is ourselves. We can only control our energy. We can only control how we respond, or if we choose to respond. It isn't about being right or wrong, but knowing that that is, we can only control ourselves. Uh, and with intuition, and I said this in the beginning of the fire reading, very elegant, very graceful, very powerful. And knowing, we know this. We know that we are the only ones that can control this. We can only control ourselves. We have no control over another person, how they react or anything like that. It's only about us, how we feel, how we react to things, how we interact with other people. It's all about that. But I do feel like with fire signs, you are coming into some new gifts. And there may be things, that you have known for a while within yourself that you love to do, or that you just love, people, places, things. Things you're passionate about. Those are the things that you're being asked to plant the seeds for right now. The things that you want to bring into your reality, the things you want to manifest. Fire signs are active signs. They represent wands in the tarot. They're about action. So putting forth that action, planting that seed of what it is that you want to manifest. And it's possible that fire signs are seeing 3s, 4s, 7s, 6s, 11s, or 10s. I've been seeing 10, 10, 12, 12, and then a whole array of numbers, but a lot of mine have been 4s. And then right around my birthday, I was seeing 5s, which was pretty cool, I thought. Oh, right, fire. That's what I have for you. Sorry, I had to take that brief intermission there in between. So, now, since we are in Scorpio energy still, we're in Scorpio season, we're still feeling the energy of Scorpio season, but that's water. It's water energy, water's emotion. Sorry, Dolly. I missed you down there, baby. No. But that's water energy. Water is all about emotion. So let's see what guidance is for water. Water signs. I feel like water signs, those who have a lot of water in their chart may be flowing really well with this energy right now. Comfortable with the roller coaster of emotion, things that may pop up. If there's something that pops up that you're not comfortable with, or you're feeling the need to hold in your emotion about that, then that may be something that water signs need to look at right now. Because I'm getting, those with a lot of water are comfortable with water energy. They've had time to adjust, they were born into that energy, so they're used to it. They're used to emotions. But I feel like it's kind of like the opposite. We were born into a specific sign, and we have a certain amount of sign, of that sign in our chart, like water, for instance. And let's say, and this is kind of the way I feel, is then that's kind of like your challenge in this lifetime is balancing the emotions, balancing between head and heart, making sure you're not holding on to emotions, making sure that you're actually purging the emotions and you're doing it in a healthy way. Water signs, I feel like we have the tendency to be very hard on ourselves. Probably our own worst enemy. Yeah, trust. And it's a 5. It's number 23, but it equals a 5. Trust yourself in the universe's plan for you. Do not give your trust to others lightly. When one door closes, another opens. See, and this is a 5, so it's all about change. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little hand right here. Can you see that? Let's see if I can get it without having some kind of light reflection. See that hand right there, that little hand? To me, I feel like that's inner child. The inner you, the little you, and this is the adult you. And with that, water signs I'm getting, trusting within yourself. Trusting, because I feel like there was a lot of wounds from childhood that water signs had to work through. And with this, it's also about discernment, not being a doormat, not, knowing who to trust, who to give your trust to, and who, to have discernment with, have boundaries with, and to allow the doors that are closing to close. Water signs, I know we have a tendency to hold on to shit. Excuse my language, but we do. We hold on. We don't want to let go. We want to try and try and try and try and try and try until there's nothing left of you. I don't even know who you are anymore. I know. I've been there. But when you're giving so much of yourself outside of yourself, then what do you have for yourself? So let's see. Fire, water signs. I don't know why I said fire. Some of you can be dealing with a fire sign right now since that came out. Water signs. Or it can be the fire within yourself. If you have fire in your chart, it can be where it's aspecting right now. And we are getting ready to go into fire sign energy, into Sag energy soon. It's action. Or some of you can be cuspers, Scorpio, Sag, cusper. Especially with this energy right now. Five is also Hierophant energy. It's belief systems, religion, backgrounds. But ultimately, fives are about change. So the card that came out is a 38, which is equals an 11. I believe fire signs got this, an 11. They didn't get the same card though. Magic. I love this card. These cards are so beautiful. Shift your focus to a positive view. We are all interconnected, linked by a magic thread. Believe in yourself. You have magic in you. So the earth signs got oh, excuse me, my nose got itchy. Earth signs got a card that had a spider web on it, and that's the thing that stood out to me. And this is the interconnected. But with this magic, I mean, you see this one here. This card is so pretty. It's a Pegasus, as they say, mythological being, fantasy, whatever. But believing in the unknown, knowing that anything is possible, anything and everything is possible if you have that belief. What you believe, you create, you manifest. What you believe within here, right? And then we have the owl in the top. I think that's an owl. It looks like an owl. So with the owl, you have the knowledge, the knowing, or you're going to, because with this moon, the full moon, anytime I see a full moon or sun, I get, sometimes I get things are hidden with a moon. But with this, I'm getting the moon is something about this moon has given you some kind of knowledge or wisdom, some kind of intuition, some kind of knowing. But it's saying to shift your focus to a positive view. And these two go together very well with it, because the trust card is here. Trust yourself in the universe's plan for you. Do not give your trust to others lightly. When one door closes, another opens. Shift your focus to a positive view. So this is seeing the experiences that you've been through and being able to look at yourself and say, you know what? Everything that I've gone through, I've learned from those things. And I can trust myself to make the right decisions and the right choices. I can trust myself to uh, follow the path. But, we are human, guys, and we will have those moments where we'll step off track. Might take a little detour, or might get in a circle drive and have to go back around. It happens to all of us. So if that's happened with any of the water signs, don't be hard on yourself. On the bottom of the deck is a 43, which equals a 7, and it's empowerment. Believe in your own power to create, change, and control your life. Be empowered by becoming an example to others. Use your past experiences to make yourself stronger. We were just talking about, um, knowing what you've been through and using that. Because whatever we've been through, those were lessons that we need to learn about ourselves. And then we take that knowledge with us on this part of the journey. Because we're starting at one. It's a song. Back at one. Just popped up. Um, but yeah, check this out. Look at her. Even though she's wearing that gown, look at that sword she's holding. Welcome back, Cody. Welcome back. She looks very empowered to me. She looks like that she could be, with the gown that she's wearing, she can be very eloquent, very understanding, compassionate. But don't forget, she's holding that sword right there. So she's balanced. I'm getting balance of that empowerment, balancing the masculine and the feminine. It's definitely what I'm getting with that water signs. With that balance is going to allow you to trust yourself again. And know that everything that you've learned thus far is for your highest good. Those were all things that you had to learn. And we're all collectively going through this. Some of us just taking a little bit longer than others. Some of us are a little bit more stubborn. At least I was one of those. It was, yeah, pretty set, but I just had to put in a new program, change it up. So water signs, I don't know if I've already mentioned numbers. You may possibly see 2s, 3s, 4s, 8s, 5s, of course, 11s, or 7s. I see 7s all the time. I'm a life path 7. That is what I have for water. Yeah. I got that hard-headed one, for sure. Definitely did a lot of things over and over and over again before I would learn those lessons. That's the fire, stubborn, hard headed. Yeah. Yeah, I love these cards. These are very pretty. And like I said, this is I said this earlier, I don't know if he was on yet, but this is half of a deck. The other half is dream. It's all about dreams. So it's just specific cards that would relate to a dream, like vehicles. Was there vehicles in it? Was there this in it? It's different things like that. And this is the oracle side of it, and I really like this deck. I normally use the one that reminds me of my grandmother, but tonight I was really feeling this deck tonight. So I feel like it works really well for the collective energies. So, Cody, since you're the only one on here, if you want, I can pull a card for you if you would like. An overall energy. You're good? Okay. Yeah, if you miss any of the earth, air, fire, and water, you can definitely check it out. You want a card? Okay. I can do that for you. I sure can. But yeah, Cody, definitely. I have no clue what kind of music you are into, but I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter what songs you like or what music you like. I really think that this is going to help, especially if you're feeling a little bit of that down energy, which is normal, especially during Scorpio season. Um, that Diamond in the Sun, like Andy Grammer. I cannot listen to that song and be sad, mad. I haven't been mad in a while. I'm sad, mad. I can't be anything but happy. Every time I play that song, I just want to dance and sing to it. So you have to check it out. It definitely will lift your spirits. All right. This deck has been wanting to shuffle weird tonight. Let's see. I use this one a lot when I do in-person readings. This is from Cody. Alright, Cody. They need to know right now. Yeah, it's definitely shuffling weird tonight. You may feel a little scattered right now, Cody. You got the same one on the bottom that Earth signs did. Transformation. And you already said earlier this equals a 10, so it's possible that I feel like you've probably just completed a cycle and you're getting ready to start, which a lot of us are, because this is the transformation. This is a Scorpio card, Scorpio energy card. It says commit to acting on new ideas and longings. Take a leap of faith, begin again. And earlier in our son's reading, I talked about how, with this butterfly, you know, when a butterfly starts as a caterpillar, and then they go into that chrysalis, it's a messy, not so great process. But when they come out, they're a beautiful butterfly, right? But when they start out, you know, they're these little worms, and then, they start out little bitty moving around, and then they go chrysalis, and that takes a little bit of time. I actually had the privilege of bringing 12 butterflies into this world last year. and it was amazing. They were black swallowtails, I believe. And I think it took about 6 weeks for them to come out of chrysalis. And each one of my kids got to release one. I got to release one. A lot of them I released when they came out, when they hatched. It was really amazing. It really was. I did have 2 that didn't make it, and I was really sad about that. But the rest of them did, and it was amazing to see their transformation. And then this year, I got the notification that was last year, and it was in July. And when I got the notification, it was July, and it said that it had been a year. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And I didn't put two and two together, but that was my chrysalis period from last year to this year of changing from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And I feel like that story is relevant to you. I feel like you're possibly last year up until now, or maybe since these moons have happened, you've had some chrysalis periods going on, but I really feel like it's been this last year. Kind of like, how I referenced my experience last year with the butterflies. I feel like you yourself from last year to now, if you journal or anything, you can probably look back and see some differences, see some things that have changed within yourself, some patterns, some belief systems. And I feel like you're being asked to, whatever ideas that you've had, or things that you just really wanted to do. And for a while, a lot of us were dealing with that. We had everything laid out to do. We had already begun the process of it, but we just hadn't kicked it off yet. So I'm kind of getting that vibe with you as well. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's why I love to journal, because I can look back. But we, if we don't journal, we have other ways that our guides and ancestors and our higher self lets us know. You'll get notifications on your phone. Pay attention to that stuff. Every little notification, it drives my kids crazy. But every notification I get on my phone, I leave it. And then I look at the time that it came in, and I pay attention to whatever time it says. And then I'll read what it says. And every time it applies to something that's going on or something that is going to happen that day. So you may want to pay attention to that. If you haven't been, that's how that your guides, ancestors, your higher self speaks to you. Not just that way, but through music, movies, things like that, things you're drawn to. There's usually messages for you. So pay attention to those things. But that was just the bottom. So this, to me, bottom always usually represents our subconscious mind. So this is something you're already aware of. These are ideas you're already aware of. These are things that you already know within yourself that you truly want. And it's kind of giving you, like, your higher self, ancestors, guides, they're saying, hey, take a leap of faith. Begin again. Don't allow fear to stop you. I don't know if you can read the bottom of that, but it says begin again. So you've gone through your transformation, and we're getting ready to, I have a feeling once we hit Sag energy, there's going to be a lot of things kicking off. So let me see what card we have for you, Cody. What card, please? So if you have any projects that you've been working on, or something that you set to the side, something something that you may have already planned out, or these can be new things. These can be new downloads, new epiphany moments, like, oh man, I should do this and this, and that would be awesome. It can be just something like that. I'm getting out of nowhere. So it can be either something that you've already worked on, or this could be something that just comes out of nowhere. Like you're being given, that was like a half a deck of cards. Sorry. Let's try that again. I think they want me to shuffle. Yeah, when you get these ideas in, whatever they may be, allow yourself to go with the flow with these ideas. Like go with it. Because every single time we have, in numerology there's 1 through 9, and then it starts back over at 1. So I don't know if you've done a timeline. I do timeline. Like I did a timeline for myself, and I just wrote down the years, and then each year I would look at what happened during those years, and then I noticed every year that equaled a 5, like a 5-year. There was always something traumatic happened, big changes. I'm not talking like bad things always, but there was a big something. Yeah, there was always a big something. And all I basically did was I went through and I started from the year I was born, and I just wrote all the years, and then just went through and added them up, just 1 through 9, and then you start back over at 1 through 9, and then just numbered them that way. And then every single time a 5-year would pop up on there, I'll be damned if there wasn't something going on. And it would just be a big change. It could have been one of my kids was born, or it could have been someone passed away, or something big changed. I moved into a house. I mean, it was big things during 5 years that equal a 5. But that was just something I did for myself. I mean, you can do something like that, if you want to kind of get an idea, but it's kind of cool. I just like to do things like that, research, and just find new ways to see things from a different perspective. So I'm always curious about stuff like that. Okay, you got 49 growth. That equals a 13, and then that breaks down again to a 4. So it's possible you've been seeing 4s or 1s or 5s. Growth requires you to step out of your comfort zone. Growing pains can help you in gaining wisdom and experience. The old must be left behind before growing into the new. So I feel like this may be what you've been experiencing, Cody. This lull, this dip in energy that you were talking about. And it's because you're growing. You're changing. There's either something that has to transform in your life, and it doesn't have to be like a person. It can just be a way of thinking, or a pattern, or a belief system, or it can be something as simple as letting go of old things out of your life. Cleaning your house out, getting rid of just stuff that you may have that from old relationships or old experiences. But we know we can't put old wine into new wineskins, is what it says. You don't have space for new if you have old inside of you. That's why we do the shadow work and stuff like that, is because we have to get rid of the old belief systems, the old patterns, the old ways that we see ourselves and talk to ourselves, in order for us to receive the new. And during this period, this is why I feel like you had that dip in energy to where you had some uh, depression going on, and it's because of this growth. And anytime we step out of a comfort zone, we have that tendency to have um, the old pattern of fear creeps in, and that's that inner child, and that just means there's some things there, maybe just something that you've not quite released from, not quite release yourself from. But if you understand, and I feel like you do, knowing that each one of your experiences, each thing that you go through in this lifetime, um, is something that we need to learn about ourselves. Is something that we've got to experience in order to find us again. We have to delve into the depths. Yeah, yeah. Fear is the old ways. Um, and some of it too is we don't. Sometimes we have that fear kick in because we're like, I don't want to go. No, I don't want to go back to that person. I remember that me. That's not me anymore. You know. Some of it can be that, but there is a portion of us that does have a little bit of depression and sadness because you got to think about, those avatars we created of ourselves, those people we created, did serve a purpose when, you know, when we were going, through our learning process. We had to go through that in order to find us again. It was all a part of the process, or some say all a part of the game, you know. You've got to go through each level before you get to the big boss. And to me, the big boss is us. I mean, it's the ultimate battle. It's battling ourselves. Mhm. Yeah. And comfort zone is, especially those of us who have a lot of fixed signs in your chart. Scorpio, Leo, there's two others, Capricorn. I can't remember what the fourth one is right off the bat. Um, but the fixed sign energy, those are the ones that struggle the most with leaving the comfort zone. That was one of mine as well. Um, very much so. Because, you know, half of my life was old patterns and belief systems and miscellaneous. Yeah. Well, and believe it or not, on the bottom of the deck, and I haven't showed you this card yet, was relationships. It's a number 39, and that equals a 12, which is to a 3. But it does say new partnerships are coming your way. Reassess present relationships and leave behind those who do not support you. Be clear what you are committed to. And then, threes to me are about collaborations. But this is another thing. Threes can also be third party situations where either it doesn't necessarily have to mean someone has a third party or you have a third party. It doesn't have to be a relationship thing. It could just mean somebody has like a mom that's always in their business, or a dad, or an uncle, or an aunt, or a best friend. It can be anybody. A third party can be anyone. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people assume automatically when they hear third party, they're like, oh my God, they're cheating. No, it can be anyone. It doesn't even have to be a person. It can be anything. Something can be a third party. It depends on what that person's focusing on. But in this, where it's talking about relationships, to me, with this growth card, it's showing that, you know, you are recognizing these things within yourself, that this comfort zone isn't serving you on this next part of your journey. This energy that we're stepping into now, and I feel like with this new moon, this is what's pushing you into, is saying, okay, let's baby steps. Let's take a chance. Let's step out. We can do this. We've got this. We're protected. There's going to be some growing pains with this, stepping out of our comfort zone, but I'm aware of it. I know this, but I've got this. I have trust within myself. I know I can handle this. Yeah. Yeah. And then just start implementing, and if you have to, take baby steps, even if it's just starting out a minute, 2 minutes at a time. Yeah, it really does. And there's no real specific way to do it. So don't feel like if someone tells you, oh, well, you have to meditate like this. No, you meditate how you feel that you should meditate. I lay down in my bed and just quiet, or I listen to some frequency healing music, which helps a lot, especially if you have a lot of chatter going on. Turn on some of the healing frequency music. If you haven't checked that out yet, you can go on YouTube and look, just type in healing frequency music, and it'll pop up a whole bunch of different ones. And you can just, I usually listen to binaural beats. It's a really good one. But it will help you during the times if you're wanting to do more meditating. Mhm. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, it's all about your inner self. And so if you're doing something to help you internally, within your spirit, within your heart, then that will help you in all aspects of your life. That's what inner work is about. So hopefully this resonated with you, Cody. Just a little, I don't think we went too far in depth with it, but you're coming out of your cocoon, and you know that some things are changing. The important thing is just to be easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I have like all of my alarms, they're all set, but they have to be certain numbers. Like, even if I turn my TV on and I have the volume on, the volume either has to be on 11, 22, 33, 44. It has to be any of those. So I know what you're talking about. And then my alarms on my clock, on my phone, they have to either equal 11, or they have to be like 822, or, I mean, they have to have some kind of numerical value in them. It's crazy, but yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I was seeing that today. I saw it a couple times today. 1, 2, 3, 4. But, well, I hope that gave you some sort of answer. If it doesn't apply at this moment, Cody, just know that it may, you've either already experienced this energy, or it hasn't showed up just yet. But anything can change. If you make a different decision about something, then the energy will change. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Just baby steps. Don't be hard on yourself, Start setting yourself a timer or something, and alarm or something, and set yourself to do it every day. I know that's something I've been working on too, is getting in a better routine, a daily routine. Um, I've heard other people say this too, but when you start doing something like this for uh, what you want to do in life, it is an adjustment from 9 to 5, a traditional type job, to something you're passionate about, but you're the one that has to set the schedule, you know? So, and when I am, doing this, I'm working with spirits, so it's not always in my time, even though I want to get some sort of, good momentum to where I'm being consistent, but I also like to feel that draw that, okay, I need to go on and do live. I don't want to be set to a certain time frame, because then I feel like I'm getting back in a pattern, like a 9 to 5. That's an old belief system, an old pattern. No, I want to go when I feel drawn, when spirit guides me. So, yeah, yeah, that's cool. And it's true too. I mean, once you see numbers all the time, it's crazy how that works. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Cody. I appreciate you being here. And those are the messages for the collective as well. So if you missed the collective reading, Cody, you're more than welcome to go check it out. I will have it up um, on my live tab. So if you want to go back and check that out, you're more than welcome to. Or I think you can rewind it as well if you need to go back and watch any specific sign. I usually go back after my live and I watch the video myself, because there's a lot of times I don't, majority, I don't remember what I say in the video until I've watched it myself. But yeah, I hope that did help you. And I'm going to go ahead and get off of here for this evening. Yeah, and I'm going to have to find a different live stream software, because that software I've been using, I got it last year and it worked really well. And then this year I've been having troubles with it. And then right after I got off of that one, it crashed. So yeah, I'm just going to do this for now, even though it doesn't look all professional and all that, but it'll be okay. I just got to flow with it. Good. I'm glad, Cody. And like I said, if you are feeling down, I'm telling you, you listen to that song by Andy Grammer called Diamond in the Sun. That is a feel-good song. You'll feel great about it. The channeled song is called Love Myself by Andy Grammer. That one is also very good. Andy Grammer, Love Myself. Andy Grammer, uh, Diamond in the Sun. Diamond in the Sun, I'm telling you, it immediately lifts my spirit as soon as I hear that song. So I hope it helps. And I hope it helps, anyone that watches the video after this, collectively. If you feel in need for a pick you up song, that is a very good one. Very good one to jam out to. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the collective. I love you guys. Have a great night. The song, it's let me type it in here, if it'll let me. Let's see if it'll let me. Yeah, it's letting me. And the that's one of them. And then the channeled song for tonight is Love Myself. It's a very cute video too. And in the video he's trying to figure out how to love himself, and he's going back and forth like with himself. It's like him facing him, and they're trying and talking to each other like, we know we need to love ourselves, but how do we do this? And it's a very good song. But that first one that I popped on there is a feel good song, and it will definitely lift your spirits. I Love Myself, and that's also Andy Grammer. But you've got to watch the videos, though. As far as the video for Love Myself, to me, I don't even have to watch the video on Diamond in the Sun. I just jam out to it because it just feels so good. You just want to get up and move. So, but that is the channel song for the collective energy. So, let me see if I can pin these. All right, and let me pin that one. I don't know if it'll let me pin this other one. I'll probably have to pin it later. All right. Thank you for being here. Thanks for like, shares, and subscribes. Helps get my videos out there to more people. Get into the whole YouTube algorithm stuff. So I can get out there to more people and get the message out to more people. But yeah, I appreciate you. Love you bunches. You guys have a beautiful evening. And I will see you soon. Good night.